Hi, I'm Nairi and I'm going to give you 7 tips for really fast potty training, and if you follow these through I think you'll get the best results that you can get. I've had 7 children myself and I'm a grandmother and I've been in early years, so these I think are cracking tips for you. The first thing to say to you is do not start too early. So wait until your child is able to indicate to you that they've done something in their nappy and you can see that they are having an acknowledgement of the fact that something is happening to them. Now that could be different ages for different people. Generally we're looking between say 18 months and 3 years old for when that acknowledgement is there. So you can see there's a wide range. So just wait until you can see that happening with your child. The second tip for you would be that you have more than one potty around the house. So depending on the size of your house, have potties strategically placed so that your child can see them, and then when they get that feeling of needing to go, it's not too far for them to go to get to the potty, because sometimes we don't have success because the potty's miles away and they just wet themselves before they get there. The third tip for you is buy lots of cheap underwear. So have a huge amount of cheap underwear available so that you can keep on changing them whenever you need to. It doesn't matter how much they have accidents to start with, because to start with they will have several accidents a day over a period of the first week, but as time goes on, I would say between 2 to 3 weeks you probably can crack it if you follow these things through. The next thing that I would say to you, the next tip for you, is to, once you go for it, once you decide to potty train, don't go back. So if you've made a decision, just don't give up on it, and you need to go cold turkey. So when you make that decision, then you don't use nappies at all during the day. I'm talking about day training now. During the day, don't use nappies, don't use pull-ups, don't suddenly think, oh, I can't stand this anymore. If you need to buy lots of cheap leggings or shorts or clothes as well to help you, then go for that as well. My next tip, number 5, is everybody needs to do the same. So if your child goes to preschool or nanas, then everybody needs to follow through. It's no good you working really hard at home and then when they go somewhere else somebody does something completely different and gives up on it, because the child needs consistency. It's really helpful actually if you try to do it in the warmer weather or times when your child is maybe on a holiday break, but that's not always possible. It doesn't always coincide with when things need to happen. So my 6th tip is ignore any accidents, don't make much of a thing about it, don't get angry with them, and you can reward them for going, but you've got to be aware that if you're going to start rewards you've got to carry on with them, because the child will be looking for them and you've got to be happy with what those rewards are. So that works for some people, it doesn't for others. So I'm not saying that my number 6 tip is rewarding, but you can do that if you want to, but I am saying ignore any accidents and don't worry about how many you get during that period of time. And my last tip for you, tip number 7, is don't start training through any period of change at all, whether it's good or bad. Don't start training when you know there's going to be a period of change, when they've got a transition time or something's going to happen during that time. Then don't try and train during that time. Only train through a time of stability. So those are my 7 tips for you. I'm sure there are lots more, but those are my 7 tips for you, and I think that realistically you could get your child trained between 2 to 3 weeks. I hope you find that helpful. If you do, please subscribe. My channel is actually an adoption support channel, but please subscribe if you're interested in that, and there are lots of things on there regarding children anyway that are helpful and useful to you. Thank you.